Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, it is I, it is she, it is her, it is thee, it is who, it is Rosie Rosette 2020. Pow. Oh, that's a nice charger. Anyway, this is a little story time. Let me get my fan out. This is a little story time. So, so I go to the gas station, right? I have this gas guzzling vehicle. Okay, we're not gonna say any names, what it is, whatever. All right, so I'm like, oh my God, because gas is just outrageous. So I go all the way over on the east side to go get my gas, okay? So I'm like, oh my God, I'm wondering how much money am I gonna have to pay for gas? So I'm focusing on the gas, okay? I'm not trying to be friendly, whatever, because today is, I'm like pinching pennies, whatever, because of gas. Gas is so expensive, and I have to go to a lot of doctor appointments and a lot of physical therapy appointments. So I am counting every penny, whatever. So I'm saying all this to say I'm really focused on how much am I going to have to pay, how much is the gas, because it seems like it's going up 5 cents like every week. It's like $2 more now than it was like a year ago during the pandemic. $2 more, not one, but two. Okay, I don't know what Biden is doing or whatever. These kids get on my nerves. All these loud cars. Anyway, so I'm just really focused on how much I have, how much is the gas, how much I'm gonna have to put in or whatever. Okay, so that's my focus. Okay, so so this lady is like, oh my God, you are so beautiful. And I'm like, oh, wow, thank you. I really do appreciate that. She was like, no, I saw you get, out of your car, and I just thought you were just, the most beautiful thing. I'm not lying. She honestly said that. I was like, oh, wow, like, gee, thank you. And so, I really couldn't talk because I'm trying to make sure that the gauge on the gas tank and the gas where you put the pump in. I'm just trying to make sure, because you know how you start talking to someone and then you're pumping gas and it's like $100. You're like, whoa, I didn't want to put that much. So I couldn't really, focus, but I was very kind and saying thank you. And, I was like, you're beautiful too, because she did have beautiful eyes. I mean, really be, but she wasn't made up. She didn't have a wig or anything like that. That doesn't mean that, you're not beautiful, whatever. Just, you know, just because you don't wear eyelashes or, makeup or whatever or wig, which I do, doesn't mean you're beautiful. Just because I do doesn't mean I'm beautiful. Does that make sense? Okay, anyway. So, she's like, no, you just your hair. And I was just like, oh, it's a wig, I got it from Amazon. And she was like, oh wow, really? And I was like, yeah, and it was cheap too. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'm very humble, whatever. And I was like, no, please believe me, if I took off this wig and this makeup, I would look like an old hag, believe me. She was like, oh, I don't think so. I was like, yeah. And it's true, without this hair, without all this makeup or whatever, I look like an old hag. I mean, I used to go to work with no makeup, no wig or whatever, ever, nothing. Complete opposite. Like, to the point where people would not recognize me. The only way they would recognize me is my voice. I have a very distinct voice. But they would look like, who wait, is that you? Anyway, so I'm humble because if you think I'm ugly now, woo, woo, okay, I could fool any FBI agent, okay, literally. So I say that that's not big or whatever. I take it with a grain of salt. Oh, when people say that, I'm like, oh, thank you, whatever. But I know the real, and a lot of people know the real. So anyway, so I'm still pumping. And I'm just like, oh, I'm looking at the gas, my thing, making sure that there's gas there. wonder, okay, am I going to have to put more, just really judging. Okay. So I'm really focused on that because I'm telling you, I am very friendly, especially, if you give me accolades like that, I'm just like, wow, because you don't have to do it. Okay. You don't have to do it. And so, she's trying to talk. She was like, oh, you have a lot to read. And I was like, oh, because I had on some printed, like, those black, I am beautiful, but they were, those t-shirts that were, real popular, I guess, this past summer or whatever. But I had on some sweats like that. And it was just like black women faces I got from Didi's. That's all over, all over my bottom part, my derriere. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but my butt is huge, okay? It's not fake. I got a big badunka, okay? Um, yeah, it's, and it goes like, and some people think it's fake, but it's not, okay? Anyway, I'm very well endowed. Is that for women? Anyway, in the badunka area, okay. So she was saying, it's a lot to look at. I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, there is. I have thick hips and I'm really thick at the bottom. I'm really thick. Okay. So fat, obese, okay. So anyway, so she's like muscular though, because I used to be in shape 2 years ago. So, she's like, I was like, oh yeah, and so then she was like, do you have a business card or whatever? No, so we were talking about gas, whatever. She was like, yeah, I go to Hayward and San Francisco and Stockton, da, 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 da. I didn't ask why. I did not ask why because I did not care. Okay, I'm just solely focused, and I'm rarely like this because I can out talk almost anyone. Um, but I just wanted to focus on the gas. I did not want to pay, more than my budget allowed. Does that make sense? So, I was like, oh, no, I don't have a business card. She was like, oh, why you don't have a business card? Well, honey, you don't know what I do or if I even have a business or whatever. I didn't say that. And so she was like, no, I'm not lesbian. And she was like, oh, so when she mentioned, I have a lot to read, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty big right now. She was like, oh, no, you're fine. She was like, oh, and I'm pregnant. I was like, oh, okay. And, I noticed she had a little son there. And then, just hold on. I know I'm rambling on, but just hold on. So then she says, I'm not a lesbian. I'm just, I just think you're so beautiful. I said, you know what? You're beautiful too. And I said, your eyes are just so beautiful. Because she had beautiful eyes. And then, she was like, yeah, everyone is beautiful. I was like, yes, everyone is absolutely beautiful. And that's true. No one is ugly. Okay. And there's beauty in each and every one of us. Okay. Does that make sense? And and I do talk about people, they look funny or they got a big head. I look funny, I'm shaped funny, I got a big head. I do critique everyone, and people critique me, and I like constructive criticism, okay? Anyway, so I kind of like stopped. When she asked, do I have a business card? She's saying that, I'm big, my butt is big or whatever. And then she says she's not a lesbian. And so, I'm like, how you just like, okay, all right, yeah, all right. And so she comes up to me and she was like, can I touch you? And she, she's right here because, okay, so I'm pumping gas. We're on the same island. I'm on one side, she's on the other. She's pumping gas in her car, which is for right here, and mine's is facing that. So her car is going that way, my car is going this way. So she comes up and she's like, can I touch you? And I'm like, huh? And she was like, well, God says if you see beauty, you have to touch it. I've never heard of that. And I'm like, and she's like right on me. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, And then so she touched me, whatever. I don't know if she was giving me good spirits, bad spirits. I don't know if she was a gypsy. I don't know why she walked on me and she, wanted to touch me. I don't know, I don't know if she was about to mug me or, try and stab me. I just don't know. And I just, I had my mask on or whatever. And then, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I took my mask off. I was like, huh? And then she was like, can I just touch you? You're just so beautiful. I just, you know, and I was just like, I don't know because I was like at a loss for words. I've never had this experience where someone is just so weird and I don't know because she said she wasn't a lesbian, but the woman was just coming on to me. But you know what? She was pregnant. When you're pregnant, you just are weird, wild, evil, whatever. But she was like on another level. And, but it was nice, but it just got real creepy. And then, she had her son in the car, and I was just like, I just couldn't even, peep out the entire situation or whatever, because I'm like, this woman is just like really gawking, coming on to me, talking about how beautiful I am, how big my butt is. And then she wanted to touch me and she wanted a business card. I don't know because I don't really deal with, well, no, I do, but I don't know if she just needed a friend or if she was just very friendly, because I'm very friendly. People, they may think that I'm totally weird, but I don't get up on people and say, can I touch you? Or maybe if you have a distinctive hairstyle or something, I may ask, can I touch your hair? And a lot of people, they don't like you to touch your hair or whatever. But she wanted to touch me, and I'm just like, aren't we in COVID? Isn't there a pandemic? And I didn't say any of this, but I mean, she was like right here, right here. Aren't you supposed to give me 10 feet or at least 6 feet? And I was just like, I mean, what was I going to say? No, don't touch me. And maybe I should have said that. Because I don't know what type of auras or spirits, she had that she wanted to convey and put on me. I don't know. But I don't even know what happened after that. I don't even know what happened after she touched me. I don't know if she was putting a spell on me. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. I don't know. I'm just saying that this is just, it was so weird. Guys, I mean, from a guy, I would kind of, expect that. But for a woman who was pregnant with her child there, and you want to come up and touch another individual during the pandemic, people are they're just on something. They really and truly are on something. And I'm just like, why? When I was going to my physical therapist, and I told her, and my physical therapist, she's just the cutest thing. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. But she was like, what? And I was like, yeah. She was like, that's really weird. And she knows how friendly I'm talkative. I like my business to be conducted in a certain way, especially when it comes to my money or my medical issues, whatever. But and I wear wigs. I had on this wig. I wear different color wigs, as you guys know, like in the rainbow. And I get compliments all day long on my wigs. You'll be surprised. I get at least 10 to 20 compliments a day on my, on my colored wigs. So, I'm not, this is not foreign for me to, people to be compliment, but no one asked to touch the wigs or touch me, because I'm telling them, when they were like, oh my God, your hair is so cute. I was like, oh, it's a wig. And they're like, really? Yes. I don't know. She kind of invaded my space, my personal space, but then she wanted to touch me. And it wasn't a, like a feel touch, it's not like she wanted to hit me on my butt or, touch my boobs or anything. She just wanted to touch me. What was that, a good touch or a bad touch? I mean, I don't know if she wanted to heal me. Maybe she wanted to heal me. Maybe she had some spiritual powers and she felt that I needed to be touched, or I you know what I mean? I mean, I'm in hood. Whoa, but by men, but a woman, a woman. I don't know. Was she about to rob me? Can you guys help me out? I don't know what that was all about. I don't. I don't. I honestly don't. I have never had, I don't think, have had a woman come up and like up on me. It's like, can I touch you? That's how she said, can I touch you, please? And listen, I am the most obnoxious 52-year-old black woman, not ghetto, but obnoxious on earth, woman on earth in Silicon Valley. Like, when you meet me, you never forget me. I'm not, actually, I'm less obnoxious when I have on my wig and my makeup. When I don't have, when I'm just bare, with my hair wrapped up, oh my God. I am like so friendly, so abundantly friendly. But even I have never done that. I have never asked, and like, I love kids and dogs and everything, but I know to keep my business distance. I love to see babies or whatever, but I'll stand over there and I'm like, oh, can you, uncover it? I don't get up close to people. And maybe, she's not from here, because some cultures, they're like really, really on top of you. Like in China, they're like, I guess because there's so many people. But I was just like, interesting. All right. Please subscribe and like or dislike. You know what? Are they doing dislikes? You know what? If not, I'm going to do a Kevin Samuels video. So I love doing Kevin Samuels videos because the clapback is just insane. It's so funny. And it just gives me time to just, Anyway, okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.